Stillwater's grown a lot, man. I went up there, had a blessed career up in Canada. Me and the family made our way back to the U.S., and I had to come back here, meet up with a lot of the former guys and touch base back with the university and see some of those changes they made, and they held true to it, man. Stillwater's a special place, so yeah, man, it would be a dream come true, man. After career, man, I think the majority of us get to a point in life, man, you just want to fall back into that cycle and just kind of pay it forward and give it back. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen in this next chapter for me, wherever it is at. But Stillwater would always be a great place.
Well, I mean, I know this. You're welcome back here anytime, and your contributions. I when we were on the Zoom earlier, that game's always special to me because
Oh, man.
uh, you know, that was the first bowl win for Mike Gundy. It was, my kid was on the team. He was snapping, so he was the
Yeah.
one out there with Cole Reynolds and
Yep.
with Ricks, Jason Ricks. Alabama called all three of their timeouts. Boom, boom, boom. Those three guys had to sit out there and wait before they could pull off that field goal to win it. But I had forgotten on the very first possession, or not the first possession, but the first scoring possession, Bobby led you on a pass deep down into Alabama territory. You made one heck of a one-handed grab to set up the first touchdown.
Oh, man, I can't say I remember that, man. It's that actually was didn't understand how big of a game that was until like some years went by and you realize, I guess, Alabama built themselves back up as one of the premier, top tier schools now. And yeah, man, I'll never forget that game, man. And I definitely remember that one hand catch, man. I thought it was out of reach and made something happen, so that was nice.
Well, and then got to bring this up because it anytime somebody thinks, and we had one this year, after Tylan Wallace got hurt, Dylan Stoner jumped into his position at the Z receiver at Baylor, and Dylan had like a 7 or 8 catch, 230-yard game, 3 touchdowns against Baylor. But anytime anybody has a huge game at receiver for Oklahoma State, it brings back memories of that game you had at Kansas. OSU's down at halftime by, I don't know what it was, 20-0, 21-0, something like
Yeah.
that. And the second half, you and Bobby Reed put on a show in Lawrence, Kansas, man.
Oh, man, I can't say that was one of my greatest games of my career. So, like bringing up a lot of good memories. And what was kind of cool about that one is throughout my journey up there in the CFL, I ran across a couple of former Kansas Jayhawks. Marcus Henry was one. John Cornish was another one. But both of those guys, the second I kind of met them on the field, they was like, hey, man, I was there that day in Kansas when you – I was like, oh, yeah, that was a nice day. They was like, yeah, dude, that was pretty impressive.
Well, and I wanted to bring up Canada because there's a display up in the football office now of the great Cowboys that have played in Canada. And I don't know whether the numbers have changed, but when you retired basically as the all-time leading receiver in the history of the CFL. And the numbers you put up there, the career you had, you're Canadian Hall of Famer. You went up there and dominated that league, and I know I watched a lot of those games. We had you on several times during your Canadian Football League career. That's good football up there, and and the cool thing is, it's a bigger field. It's 12 guys. It's 3 downs. It opens up the offense even that much more, which had to make it fun to play.
Oh, 100%. I feel like if you're a receiver, a quarterback, DB, I think Canada's a dream and a great, way to get yourself back into the NFL if that's what you're trying to do, or just have an amazing career. And, yeah, man, I didn't finish as the all-time, man. I was up there on the list. I think I might have been in the top 15. But, it's a lot of history up there. I got the opportunity to meet Warren Moon, Doug Flutie, like some great names that, Jeff Garcia, some great names that we know down here in the U.S., but they made, you realize a lot of great players also made their portal through the CFL. So, man, I was very grateful for that. And yeah, man, it was nice to come back and see the wall. The former athletes, and it was a kind of a little corner for the Canadian League, and that was pretty good. I remember telling Coach Gundy, thanks for that, man. Just not that he did it for me, but just acknowledging it in all leagues. Taking it across the scene because we're all over, man. Cowboys are up there all the time, man. So I didn't have any on my team, but I played against a couple of guys, and the connection was always quick. Younger guys, older guys, so it was always nice.
I got to ask you because I would bring it up every time I'd watch one of those games when you were playing in the CFL. But I played in high school against a guy that went up there to Canada and played quarterback for many years, then became a broadcaster, Matt Dunnigan,
Oh man,
who
that's my guy, man.
is yeah, Matt. Yeah,
Yeah,
Matt,
yeah.
and I sacked Matt down in Dallas when he was playing for Lake Highlands. So yeah, that's
Oh,
one
that's
of my
funny.
claims to fame. I did sack Matt Dunnigan once.
Oh man, I have to let him know that, man. That's funny. Now, great guy. And once again, that's that CFL history, man. It's guys like him that made me appreciate it and grateful that I even got that opportunity, right?
Well, let's talk a little bit about what you're doing now. And I told the audience I was going to ask you this because, and I'm sure you've kind of paid attention. The Supreme Court came down with a ruling on Monday that now there is no limit as what schools can offer athletes as long as it pertains to education. In other words, they can now give them postgraduate scholarships. They can promise them study abroad. They can promise them paid internships, computers, anything that has to do with education. And the thing
Mm,
is, that's probably going to expand to
right.
where we're we've got name, image, and likeness coming in July 1st, but it's probably before we're done here, there's probably going to be players are going to get paid. But as a former college athlete, of course, Gunnar Brewer brought you over here when you transferred from North
Mhm.
Carolina, so you experienced college football and college life at two different places, North Carolina and Oklahoma State.
Mhm.
When you left here, did you feel cheated or shortchanged?
Not at all. Not at all. For me, I guess I'm not a tweener, but the game has evolved. You know what I mean? But I think I still got some of those old school football roots in me. And so I'm definitely not the one to be like, no, guys don't deserve it, because I guess I can kind of see, some guys you leaving home, just starting life, depending on your circumstance or your situation, there could be some guys that could use a little bit more help. You know what I mean? And it ain't even really money wise. I think it's more of just making college home. Because some of us, like, I was far from home. I didn't get to visit that much. So, but I even like the way they're trying to do it around education. That makes a lot more sense. I think what I just I I don't want to see happen is that become more of the attention than playing ball. Guys are wanting this or wanting that, or coaches are trying to go above and beyond to do these things, and it just takes away the whole concept of, like I say, the tradition that goes in being a football player. I always tell people it's a brotherhood, it's a community. So it's work. It's hard, but it's fair. You put your work in, and I feel like the tuition to college and getting that education experience itself is enough. So when you ask me the first question, and I say I don't feel like I was cheated or shorthanded at all. Bachelor's of Science. And now that the career is done, uh, that education, having that degree, I'm looking forward to doing my master's at some point. But the education aspect of it is huge. We're student athletes. And so I think that alone is more than enough, and it's a great experience, great opportunity. So I can't change the rules, but I just hope it don't become a distraction.
You know what? I mean, I don't know that I could have said it better myself because I think what you said there is basically, yeah, having the opportunity to get the degree, to get the education, And then I agree with something you said in there. Some guys do need more help. And I've
Yeah.
always said this. I mean, I don't want to identify guys, but
Mhm.
you know, some people come from backgrounds where they're more fortunate and they've got a
Agree.
winter, they got a winter coat, they got maybe a car, they got some
Mhm.
things. Okay. What I would like to see is if they're going to start giving more to athletes, let's try and take the athletes who need something.
Mhm.
There's some guys like my kid. He didn't need any more than what he got on the scholarship. I mean,
Right.
but there are some kids that come in, like you said, hey, maybe they need a little extra money to make an extra trip home that otherwise they can't afford. Maybe they need some money for some more clothes. I get that. And
Right.
that's what
Right.
I'd like to see done is the guys need it, get the money, not necessarily everybody. But
Right. I
that's
agree on
always
that.
been my opinion.
Man, that's you're when you go you're diving deeper in detail, and I will point those same things out. That's why I say like situation based. Like myself, I remember when I even made Bobby Reed. I always joked about it. Even when I made that transfer from North Carolina to Oklahoma State, I just he was like, "Where your bags at?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm here to play football." I didn't have a bag. I just had like a book bag with like a couple of clothes in it. But I was always a guy that tried to find some kind of work to do on the outside, to make a couple of change. I don't know if they still do Pell Grants and those different things. Uh,
Oh yeah, there's still Pell Grant.
yeah, and then like honestly, like I agree with how you say for your son, like it's the college life. So it's like I said, the traveling those situations. But I feel like that can be figured out in house and help those. If it's 2 trips back home doing some holiday, because we don't really get that many opportunities. It's not like every weekend, but your spring break or Christmas or something like that for the guys that need it. Not too many guys are that far from home at Oklahoma State anyway. And I'm pretty sure that's like that for majority colleges. But yeah, yeah, the guys that need it, not necessarily a need for everyone because it's the college life, man. Those food stipends, you got you got training table with the football team. Then you also, I don't know how they still doing it now, but you get a couple of points to be on the campus stores and the student union. So I think that was enough, man. And then it's still, you want to enjoy that college experience, man. I think it's about grinding, figuring yourself out at your lesser means. So I think it goes with the experience of going to college, in my opinion. But I'm not the one.
No, no, and I like that, and I think there's something to be said for that too, because if you're getting all this in college, then when you get out, how are you going to be hungry enough? Because I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you know
Mm-hmm.
what it's like in pro sports.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
got to be
man.
hungry. I mean, and when you turn 30, you still better be hungry because
Right,
those
right.
young
Just
guys
hit
are coming to
it.
take your job.
Yeah. 8 years, 10 years younger. I try to tell everybody it's the grind, and I feel like my college experience. That's one of the things I told Coach Glass, man. Thanks for that extra work. That extra work you put on us. That toughness. Coach Glass is, man. He's the man. But in the role he's in, he's like the general. And so he makes it hard. Which we need though. Because like you just said, I feel like all those skills and tools translate over like life after ball or like your things off the field and in between life. I mean football life. Just the living aspect. I think those tools come in handy, and then that discipline and hard work got to be there. So man, I don't know. Let's. I just hope, like I said, I just hope it don't become a distraction. Guys been talking to me about it a little bit, but I just hope it don't take away from that hard work that the players I think should be putting in versus what I'm not getting and what he got and what.
Hey! Introduce everybody to your family. We can hear
Oh
some
my
some
goodness,
youngins there
Rob.
behind you,
Yeah,
but
man.
how
I
how
got
big
a
is that Bowman family now?
it's grown it's grown quick. Yeah, they came in the door, Rob. They're full of energy. So my oldest, so I got 3 girls. Blessed, man, blessed. It's so exciting. Me and the wife, we did 3 under 3. So I got a 3-year-old, one that's a little bit over 1.5. She'll turn 2 in October, and then I got a 5-month, well, going to her 6 month, that was born in January. So oldest daughter is Jenna, middle daughter is Kenza, youngest daughter is Aya. And a little something I like to just always share with people. I named my daughters, Rob. Jenna, Kenza, Aya, daughters of Adarius Bowman. That's their names.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Well,
so
now, what are you looking to do now that your playing career is over?
hmm
What's next? What's next for Darius Bowman?
oh man, like I say, going to continue some of the things that I got the opportunity to build while I was up there in Canada, and that's number one, Adarius for Autism nonprofit organization. We're going on our 6th year now,
Right.
working with autistic kids, just bringing a fitness aspect to it, and also educating the non-autistic world, and also just being an advocate, or whenever I can fit in and use that, being an athlete gives you this social platform, and using it whenever I can. But at the same time, I think it's part of life. You know what I mean? Even when we're talking about that money and all these different things that's changing and evolving, I still believe in giving, and you'll receive all. Give a couple of things, you'll receive blessings. So I just try to. That's my giving aspect. And also I do Legacy Fitness Academy, where I host camps and do training and educating with kids. Like I say, I'm with the education major. It's definitely keeping me locked into that important aspect of a lot of things. And so just educating our young kids at the same time keeping them fit. I partnered up with publishing this educational publishing company up in Canada, Castle Rock Research, their CEO, and also got a digital educational curriculum that matches each state or province that the kids are in. And I'm just trying to get that in the hands of student athletes. It's kind of like my target audience, but it's really for all kids in the age of 3, from the grades of 3 to 12. So that's another little thing I got in my pocket. So outside of those things, Rob, I also got that passion for football. I love my family. So if I could somehow, able to do all those, continue doing all those things, that's a good life to me. So, yeah, man, that's where it's at right now.
Yeah, I mean, I know this that again, any involvement, I would hope that Coach Gundy would bring you back on occasion to talk to the players and kind of tell them your story, because I think they can benefit from that, and
Oh, man, we all
any
can.
involvement that we can get. Hey, I got to ask you this: do you keep in touch, and have you heard anything from Coach Brewer lately?
Oh, yeah, man, I actually talked to Coach Brewer 2 days ago. That's one of
Okay.
those, he's definitely my coach. But we got the opportunity to build on a couple of other relationships, just being around each other from the recruiting process when I was in 11th grade all the way up to today. He's actually somebody I put in the category of my pop sometimes, my uncle, my brother, but me and Coach Brew, man, I think we'll forever bond. Him and his family, he got grandkids now, and so everybody's kind of grown. But Brew's doing amazing, man. He out in Louisville, still doing him, man, sending top tier receivers, giving them the opportunity to go professional, but also building young guys up. So it's been nice to just, in this football world, like I told you, it's kind of a tight knit community, but you just see other guys that went through that same track, what would I say, blueprint. That's, I think your position coach, everybody have a tighter relationship with their position coach, because y'all putting a lot of time in and they get that opportunity to build a bond if it happens. So just to see other guys'
Yeah,
success through him.
yeah, I know Zach still talks to Defoe, Joe DeForest. He's
Yep,
out in North
yep.
Carolina.
North Carolina
He's at
State,
NC
man. Yeah,
State. Yeah,
yeah, man.
he's in
I try to
Raleigh.
keep up, man. Yeah, that's like amazing. I talked to Coach Defoe, him and his wife. They're doing well, man. Like it's that's the one thing I was even explaining to my wife. She's not a U.S. citizen, but when we was coming back to the U.S., I was telling her like this is where it started. She met me on my Canada aspect, and that was a good opportunity. But this is where it started. I'm American. I went to OSU. You know what I mean? So graduated from OSU. So it's a lot of good memories, good building I did here. So it was nice to come back, man, and reconnect.
Well, hey, anytime, and again, I'm glad you're back and enjoyed your professional career, but looking forward to what you'll do now, and as you get into your next phase. So I appreciate it. I know you got a meeting coming up. We're gonna hook up and have lunch tomorrow, I think. So I appreciate it, and glad we were able to get together.
Nah, Rob, man, appreciate you, man. Always an honor to come on. Thanks for those kind words, man. And it's to still want to OSU give a young kid like
Hey,
myself. Now became a man that opportunity to learn and
well,
get better.
I got news for you, man. This, where Oklahoma State is now in football. The reason is a lot of those guys that bought in back when Coach Gundy first came in, and when you came in from North
Oh yeah.
Carolina, and it wouldn't be here without the building that you guys did. So uh, there's a good reason your picture's up there in the office. It needs to stay there. But
Oh man, appreciate that,
hey, I
Rob.
appreciate it.
All right, man. You have a great day, man.
I'll holler at you. All
All
right.
right, brother. Better
All
work.
right. Darius Bowman, and again, some great memories.